UCC, just to give you a little bit of general context, UCC is located in the southern part of Ireland, in the second largest city. So Trinity College, as you heard, is based in Dublin, and UCC is based in Cork, which is the second largest city in Ireland, down in the south. It's a very old university. Like Trinity, set up by Queen Victoria in 1845. Originally, it was set up to teach medicine only, but now we have expanded and we're a very large university with more than 22,000 students. We teach everything from business, engineering, arts and humanities, and importantly today, we teach medicine and health programs. So here you can see an image of the campus. It's located in the city centre of Cork City, so it's very, very convenient. So as you can see, the very old, ancient building is located in the centre of the campus, but we have very, very modern buildings and facilities located all around, including very, very good sports facilities and also accommodation complexes. And here in Cork, everything is within walking distance. So if your accommodation is walking distance to your classroom and the university and the sports facilities, but also if you need to go to the city centre for shopping or restaurants or whatever, that is all within walking distance. So it's a very convenient city in order to be able to walk around. It really is a student city. Cork has 250,000 people living there, and approximately 50,000 are students, because we also have other institutes of technology and colleges located in Cork. So 1 in every 5 people walking in the city of Cork is a student. So that gives a really good energy to the city in terms of an enjoyable place to live and to study for young people and for students. So as I said, it's a very large university, more than 22,000 students, and we have more than 3,500 international students. And last year, they came from 104 different countries, including South Korea. These are the medicine and health programs that we have available. We can do medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, general nursing. We have lots of nursing options. We have children's nursing, psychiatric nursing, and also things like speech and language therapy and public health, which is really important now as we live in this age of a pandemic. Public health study is something that's very important. So any of this information today, I would invite you to speak with Prestigieuhac, because Sunju and everybody there has a lot of information about UCC and they can really help you in that regard. Any of this information I can share with you afterwards and I can send to you. So this is to give an idea of some of our fees for these programs and also some of the scholarships that are available. And importantly, as you can see, for pharmacy, there is a 25% scholarship available for good students in that program. And I'll talk a little more about that in a moment. So we have a very old university, as you saw in the first image. Lots of students compare it to Hogwarts from Harry Potter. Students love to go around and study on the campus. It feels like a very ancient, old place. It feels like you really belong in a place of study and learning. So international students really do have a great experience. But we also have very, very modern facilities. So for example, if you study pharmacy or indeed medicine or nursing, these are some of the buildings where you will be doing your study. We have simulation centers on the top right-hand corner, and this is where you will get an idea of what it is like to really work in a hospital, although it is not a real hospital, but it looks like one, and to work with real patients in that scenario. So we make sure to train you in this situation before you go into work in a real clinic or a real hospital or a real pharmacy shop or a real pharmaceutical industry. We make sure that you know what the real thing is like before you do it. So just to focus on our School of Pharmacy, our School of Pharmacy is very, very well known in UCC, and indeed in Ireland and in Europe, our School of Pharmacy is very highly ranked. We rank in the top 100 in terms of schools of pharmacy in the world. In the top left-hand corner, you can see this is our quite new School of Pharmacy. We built a new building for the pharmacy students about 10 years ago, and this is located close to the center of the campus. So again, a very convenient location there for the building. So just to give you some details about the program, so it is a 5-year integrated program. And what that means is when you study for 5 years, after you finish, you will have both a Bachelor of Pharmacy and a Master's of Pharmacy. And I think that is very, very useful, because if you complete the full 5 years at UCC, you will also, as well as your master degree and a bachelor degree, you will also get what is called QP status. And you can see that at the bottom of the slide. QP means qualified person. And this is a really important certificate for graduates to have, because this will give you a lot of power in terms of working in the pharmaceutical sector. It will allow you to be the person who will give the approval for drugs to be developed and to be dispatched once they are created. So all of the big pharmaceutical companies want students who have QP status, and this will help you to have a really good career and, importantly, have a really good salary. In the 5 years of the program, we will also give you a guaranteed 1-year work experience. And the good news is that this is now paid work experience. So you will do some of it in your 4th year and you will do some of it in your 5th year. We will help you to go into the company to do the pharmaceutical company to do your work experience, or to go into a hospital to look at the clinical pharmacy, or to go into a community pharmacy shop. And we will give you that range of experience, minimum of 1 year. It can be up to 1 year and 3 months. And this will be paid, and this is guaranteed, and we will make sure that you get it. So this mix of both the clinical and the industry experience will set you up to have a lot of choices once you graduate. And as I said earlier, our school is ranked very highly, and we're accredited by the PSI, which is the Pharmaceutical Society of Ireland. And this is the body that looks at our program and accredits us. And this is recognized all around the world. So if you have a degree which is accredited by PSI, you can go and work in any country in the world with this. So it does open up a lot of doors for you. We have approximately 80 students who come into the class each year, and about 10-15% of those students we would classify as international. And for example, we do have students from South Korea currently in our pharmacy program. So it's a very patient-focused program. You will learn to be a professional pharmacist from the first day. We want you to feel what it is like to deal with patients, but also to be in an industry setting and to work there. And you will get this because you will have mentors. So you will be appointed a lecturer who is your mentor from day one, and they will give you all of the professional, academic, and personal advice that you need while you are studying. We also have a buddy system in the program, and a student from a senior year will be matched with you as your buddy. So they will help you to get used to living in a new country, to understanding UCC, to helping you with your study and how to prepare for exams. So the good news is, if you get into a place in pharmacy at UCC, almost 100% you're sure to successfully finish the program. And this is because we give a lot of support to our students. So that's very important. Our level of failing from our students, especially our international students, is very low. So there is real help given to you within the school. And as I said, you are given mentors, such as this example of the photograph, where 3 or 4 students are given an academic mentor who will help them. Very quickly, just to talk about the structure of the program, as I said, it's 5 years. As you can see, in your first year, you will learn a lot of the basic sciences linked to pharmacy, such as the physiology and anatomy, looking at the human body. You will look at pharmacology, how drugs work in your body once they are introduced to your body, biochemistry, but we will also be starting in first year with professional practice and helping you to become a professional pharmacist working in a hospital or a community pharmacy or in the industry. So we really focus on that from day one. And as I mentioned earlier, as you can see, in year 4 and year 5, we will give you a 4 to 6 month placement in 4th year, an 8-month placement in your 5th year, and this is guaranteed and this is paid. These internships, if you want to do them in industry, for example, Cork is one of the most important places in all of Europe for pharmaceutical industry. And I think this is really important. 9 out of the top 10, in fact, this is an old slide, this says 8, it is now 9 out of the top 10 biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world have their major European base in Cork and close to Cork City. For example, Pfizer, GSK, Eli Lilly, Novartis, Johnson & Johnson, all of these really big companies. And of course, at the moment, we all know Pfizer because they are one of the companies who is developing the vaccine for this COVID-19 pandemic. So really important work happening in Cork in the industry. And what's important is our university has very, very strong links with these pharmaceutical companies. So a lot of the research that is happening with the support of these big companies. So if you are studying in pharmacy at UCC, you are studying the most recent, the most relevant and the cutting edge, most current research that is happening in the world is happening in UCC pharmacy. So you have loads of job opportunities afterwards. The pharmaceutical industry especially is always looking for our graduates. And I did a survey of the last 3 years of our graduates, and 100% of our pharmacy graduates for the last 3 years are now working in the pharmaceutical industry. They all have jobs. And they're not just working in any job, like working in Starbucks or something. They're all working in the pharmaceutical industry. So that's a really important point. And we need more graduates in our program because the companies tell us that they need more graduates, especially the students who have the QP status. And the average starting salary for a pharmacy graduate is 50,000 euros per year. That is the starting salary for new graduates. You can do the translation for the Korean won calculation. I'm not sure about that one, but after 2 or 3 years, of course, this salary will increase. And in maybe 3 to 5 years, you can have more than double of that salary. So really good salaries there. I won't talk too much about the entry requirements, but for pharmacy, chemistry is really important. So if you are studying in your high school subjects, make sure that chemistry is one of the subjects that you are studying. At the moment, the Korean high school diploma is not open for direct entry into the pharmacy program, but we do have the foundation program options for you. So you can do your foundation program here in Ireland, and then you can come into the program. But Prestigi유학, they can explain a little bit more about that option to you. So that is all I'm going to talk about. It really was a brief overview of the School of Pharmacy and some of the other medicine and health programs. Here are the contact details below for you to reach out to. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. I think maybe we have some questions in the chat, but I cannot read them. So we'll stop presenting now, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you.